AI.
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 AI. AI. AI.
AI.
AI is literally changing the world, and for us in our 20s, we're constantly trying to find clarity of what we want to do with our lives. And I decided to ask people, has AI changed what you actually want to do with your life?
No. I guess in some ways.
I think it's changed how I do things in my life.
It's definitely going to have an impact on my industry.
Yeah, sure.
No, but it helps it.
A little bit. Not change what I want to do.
I have a lot of friends that use it as their therapist, their doctor, everything.
At the moment, no.
I think I don't write code anymore. I pretty much just use Claude.
I'm going for cybersecurity, and with the AI coming around, that's where I want to move towards.
Well, I actually was working in AI for a little bit, and I realized how soul-sucking it was.
Yeah, because I see how companies are trying to basically get rid of their employees for AI. Obviously, it's not like 10,000 employees going to be one employer. Well, eventually it's going to get there, but they're gradually doing it.
I'm a musician, so, with AI today, a lot of people can release some songs or stuff only with AI, so yeah, definitely. But I think it's important to regulate the music created by AI, so yeah.
Well, I actually was working in AI for a little bit, and I realized how soul-sucking it was. And I've always wanted to be a doctor, so that was always my plan. I think going into the medical field, it's made me more and more focused on wanting to be not fix the illness, fix the disease, because AI can tell you what you put in your symptoms. I use it all the time, and I'm like, what is going on? But I think what we lack is that human connection, and that's where healing comes from, and that's where medicine, that's what it was built off to begin with. So AI has, I guess, focused my perspective more on the career of going into medicine, on this is all about compassion and just connecting with other people to make them feel supported.
So I'm a journalist, and for me, AI is sometimes helpful, but it only just adds to what I already do. It makes the jobs that we already have easier, but it hasn't really changed the nature of the profession.
A little bit, in the sense that I'm going for cybersecurity, and with the AI coming around, that's where I want to move towards, is AI and cloud security. So kind of changed what I want to do and how I'm going to do it. So I'm kind of moving towards that industry.
Well, why is that? Why do you want to get away from the industry? Because it's more safer that way. Does that make sense?
Because AI is becoming a bigger industry in the tech field, and it's for at least for my young generation, it's new. I can learn it quick, and I can provide my skills and benefit the industry that way. And it's going to be a good way of benefiting my community and the world, as well as making a good living off of that.
Have you been using it in your in music?
No, because the thing with AI is that it cannot create something new. It's only based on what's already been done. So yeah, I don't want to just repeat the stuff that have already been said. Yeah.
I think that it's really good for generating leads for journalism, but I think the industry survived the move from newspapers to TV and radio, and now to online and digital, and it's continued doing what it does. It means that people who are less good maybe are weeded out. You've got to be really on it. You've got to be really adaptable to change, but it will continue in one way or another.
I'm a paralegal. I think it's definitely going to have an impact on my industry. I think certain types of positions, entry-level positions, will be affected. But I think as it goes on, there are some things that require human interaction that it probably won't change too much of.
I think it's changed how I do things in my life. I don't think it's necessarily changed what I actually do. I work for a technology company, so it's obviously very useful when I'm trying to do work and obviously optimize processes. So it changes the way that I actually do things. But in life, I just want to be happy, and to be fair, I don't think AI actually adds anything to that. I think it makes working a lot easier, but I don't live to work. I obviously try to live my life, and I don't need AI to do that, but it helps with the work that I do.
No, but it helps it. So I work in marketing, and I don't think it will become obsolete by AI, but it definitely does help to create more impactful communications, for sure. I think it depends on what your role is. I think, like obviously, like machine learning and LLMs are great, but at the same time, I think you still need a human touch to perfect whatever AI produces, because there's only so much it can do, and I think it needs tweaking.
I guess in some ways, because I work with AI. I'm a software engineer, and I think it's allowed me to like do a lot of ideation a lot quicker and realize that I don't want to work for some companies and I want to work for some others and maybe even work for my own company and do my own thing one day. And I think a lot of the use for it that I have is like experience that I wouldn't get until like a few years later, or being put in certain positions, or being put in like, I don't know, different jobs that I can sort of explore with AI, and how like it helps me to get that perspective, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it's hopefully going to change a lot of my life in the next few years.
I think when I was researching before this topic, I think software engineer and coders basically are more likely to be out of jobs than anyone else.
I think that's a fun way to put it, because sort of the last 3 years since the first ChatGPT came out, everybody's been like, oh, they're out of a job, or oh, never mind, they're super useful now. For example, I think I don't write code anymore. I pretty much just use Claude and some of the tools available, but that also makes me focus on a lot of the stuff that some engineers don't, which is like systems designs and sort of having a better picture of how everything fits together rather than doing something really well. And I think it's just going to allow a lot of people that are doing just one thing really well to just, diversify, branch out and learn new things. Because that's what it really allows you to do, yeah.
Definitely helps in a lot of different areas. Like it helps with my work quite a lot, everything that I do, and it does create more efficiencies, but I think it's obviously very dangerous if it's not guided right, and I don't think you can ever let AI be its own mind. Because as soon as you let that, then it comes down to morals and ethics and a lot deeper stuff than one person can control.
Has AI changed what you want to do with your life?
Not change what I want to do. I think it's changed part of things I do. So in work, like they'll write, we have script writers, but sometimes they'll be using AI to do the first draft of it, get a good idea of what the script's going to be about, and then they will change it and make sure it's all okay. So I don't think it should replace the jobs, but it should be a tool for the people in those jobs. You still need the person there, but use it as a tool, because whether you like it, it's there, whether you like it there or not.
At the moment, no. I work in a content team for a bank. We are incorporating AI into what we're doing. Right now, it's not changing my life, but I could see it could certainly impact certain aspects of my role going forward, as for many people.
What would be good would be to use it to make, things better. I am a medical professional, or soon to be, in a year, and I will not be using AI because I'll be using my hands. I'm an osteopath.
Like, I don't care to sell anyone on anything, and I think AI is like an industry that I know we will depend on. I think human evolution we've already interwoven technology so deeply within the foundations of like our society, so it's only going to get stronger. However, I personally did not want to play a part in that. Like, I can have a good relationship with AI and use it to my benefit, but I also know what it's doing to our planet, and I don't want to become dependent on it. I have a lot of friends that like use it as their therapist, their doctor, everything, and like that is not how I want to live my life. And I know it's inescapable, but like the most humanistic of an experience I can have, I'll try to. So I think working in the field was just like not compatible with the type of life I wanted to live.
But I do think, at the end of the day, the human touch, I think, could hopefully make things better and ensure that AI won't replace us completely. But I think there are certain aspects of the role that could change because of it. It certainly could help with like idea generation, if there's any things I need to do in refining certain topics or headlines and so forth. But yes, I certainly see it having an impact in future.
Do you need a university degree for what you do right now?
Oh my God, that's a big question. Do I need a uni degree? I mean, I studied Spanish and Portuguese at university, and then I did a master's in international journalism, which I wouldn't say I'm using all of those skills right now in my role, but I feel very happy that I went to university, and I think I did the right thing in going at the time. But yes, I understand why you might be asking that question because of everything going on at the moment.
Do you think going to university is pointless and your degree is useless because now?
Yeah, I don't think university was ever really needed for some roles. But you know what it is? University is just, or again, the certificate is like a gateway into some of these companies. Like, even though you don't learn shit that you use in the company, it's just like, okay, I went to Oxford. So companies are more, okay, this guy went to Oxford, I want him in my company because he's gone to a good university kind of thing. It's like more of a badge than you actually learning stuff. But if you're going to uni and you don't think you're going to a good uni, I'd say the best thing to do is come sick at AI, have a great portfolio when you come to his company, CV, got portfolios, you make this, that, you know how to use AI. They'll take you, they don't even care if you got a degree or not. I know some people that work with some big companies, they solo entrepreneur, he dropped out of uni, but because he knows how to actually do what they want, they pay him. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's how you want to play it, innit? You can play Go Uni, you can play the solo route, but you got to be productive. You actually got to produce good results.
So don't you think in some cases AI will make university degree less valuable?
It could do, but I hope not. I think things are cyclical. And, this is a new technology that's coming in which is changing the way that we work. But ultimately, I think, human innovation, our need to create, our need to work can trump what this is. But it's a very powerful new technology that is going to change all our lives. But I hope not. I hope that people, because university, for me, I went to Warwick, it was a great experience. I met lots of people. I did a year abroad, I traveled, I learned a lot. I read so many books. I had so many great experiences that I feel enriched my life and have made me who I am today. So I hope that AI will not completely trump university because it's still a huge school of learning that's helped us in society move forward. People studying, learning, wanting to grow, develop, research, But only time will tell.
You touched on something important, people using AI as a therapist. Do you think, or do you agree with it?
I think it's a good resource. Whatever resource can help people heal, that's valuable, whether it's a person or AI. However, do I think that talking to a person is infinitely times better than talking to AI? Absolutely. But if someone's desperate and it's a matter of life or death and support versus no support, if they can get that from AI and feel supportive, then props to AI for helping them feel like they have a place in the world.
I just think in today's day and age, how old are we, 24? 24, you got to know how to use AI for whatever you're doing, whatever industry you're doing, to really leverage it to, be of value to these companies. Because I'll be real, all the manual stuff, Excel, accounting, maths, numbers, computing, even programming, AI can do it. So you got to know how to use, for example, you're a software engineer, you got to know how to use AI to make you a better software engineer. How can you make agents with AI that write out scripts quicker and secure scripts as well? It's things like that. That's what the next companies are going to be looking for. Not just people that know how to code. People know how to code and utilize AI for fast results. Everything's about production. They want things fast.
You have heard different people's opinion about AI and if it's going to change what they actually want to do with their lives. And I want to know what you think. Has AI changed what you actually want to do? Let's talk about it down in the comment below. And also, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe.